Hi, Caleb from Brownells here, and in today's quick tip we're going to be talking about scope leveling devices. And the one I kind of want to show off here is the one that's made by Fix-It Sticks. So this is the Fix-It Sticks, words are hard today, scope leveler, and it comes in this nifty little bag here. Also inside that bag you have this nice little foam holder here. I should have pulled it out the way that's like pointing the level towards y'all. But it comes in this nice little, actually that's like a nice piece of foam. It's not like a cheap, you know what I'm talking, when I say cheap foam, you'll know what I'm talking about. But this one is not that. Because you want to take care of your levels, because your levels are measuring tools. You don't want to just throw them in your toolbox, right? So this nice little carrying solution here. And if you have a toolbox with the drawers cut out, I might actually like cut that into, that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, I digress. What we're talking about here is the actual levels themselves. Now, what I'm going to say here kind of applies to any level or level kit, but I wanted to show this one off just because I just got this one. I thought it was actually a really well-made, nice piece of equipment. So what it comes with is this magnetic level here, and the bottom of this level, of course, is magnetic and true. So that'll stick to steel, not aluminum, right? So it'll stick to steel, so depending on what you're sticking it on, it'll stay there. And I'll show you that in just a minute because we are going to stick it to something. And then it comes with a 1913 level mount. Now, when you're using 1913 levels, you want to try and put them on your AR-15's upper receiver if you're using an AR-15. I'm not too worried about that with this one because this is the Sons of Liberty Gunworks L89 handguard. And as you can see, it mounts, it keys very tightly into that upper receiver. So I know the rail on this handguard and this upper receiver are actually true. I know that, not just because I'm assuming because they key together, but I actually checked and they are. But if you have an AR-15 that's not that, make sure you verify that it is true if you're going to be putting a level on your handguard. And if you do mount a level on your handguard, mount it as close to the receiver as possible, like I'm going to do here. So, actually, I'm going to turn this rifle this way because I'm a lefty, so I'm doing all this as a left-handed shooter. So, this level, not just for going on the gun, you can use this. This is made to mount your optic. The cool thing about this level kit, though, is that after your optic's mounted, you can keep this level on the firearm to use it for a shooting level. And seeing how this is a precision AR-15, we want a level on there because if your rifle's not level while you're shooting, if it's off this way, off that way, up close it's not going to make a huge difference, but once you get out there it most definitely will cost you a shot. So levels are extremely important for shooting distance. So what we're just going to do here is loosen the screw, and I'm just going to mount it back here. If you're a right-handed shooter, you want the level on the other side. Like I said, I'm mounting it as close to the receiver as possible. And that looks pretty good right there. So while I'm behind the scope, I can just look right at my level. It's sitting right there, and I can tell that my firearm is level. Now, make sure, like I said, you want to verify if you're mounting on your handguard. So, you can just stick a level back here on the back of the receiver. Make sure that this level is saying the same thing that level's saying. And it is, so we're good. Okay, now how would you use this to mount the optic? Let's talk about that. So, you put this level on the handguard or receiver, as mentioned before, right? Now you're going to level your firearm, whether it be in a cradle, on a bipod, in a vise, whatever. And then now you can check the level of your optic. So I'm not going to take this one off because this is zeroed. But what you would do at this point is use this level to level the optic to this level. So you're going to use an indexing point on this optic, match it to this level, torque down your screws, make sure nothing moved, and that's it. If you want to know more about how to actually mount an optic, we have a great video on that that's just specifically for that. Now, what I kind of want to show here is the top of the turret isn't always the best place to level your scope from. I see a lot of tutorials out there on YouTube, the internet, wherever, where people will show how to mount a scope. They'll take a level. First thing they do is stick it on the top turret, and they're assuming that the top of this is true to the crosshairs, and it's not always. Especially on some cheaper optics, that top cap, especially if it's just one of those scope cover caps, are almost never true. I've seen so many that were not. And the best place to level a scope, I'll tell you right now, what you're going to need is a straight edge you know is true. So the rails on this Starrett caliper, I know are perfectly flat. All right. The best place to level your scope is the bottom of the scope. So pretty much all of your scopes out there, if you look at the bottom's flat. All right, that's what we want to level off of. And to do that with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this straight edge perfectly against that. And I mounted this scope actually using the Arasaka leveler, which uses that bottom flat to level it, to mount it and level it. So I know for a fact this one's nice and flat. Now the magnet snaps right to the steel of this caliper. So you don't have to worry about that falling off. And what we want to do is just level this here. And all you need to do is line up both of your levels, make sure they both show the same thing. And as long as they're showing the same thing, you're good. And that's how I level scopes, using 2 bubble levels. And in this case, the Fix It Sticks kit makes it super easy. It's all right there, nice and convenient. So what I'll do is I'll put this one away, but I'm actually going to leave this one here on the rifle because I'm going to use that as my main level. And if I need to level another scope or something, I can just unscrew this, take it off, mount another scope with it, leave it on that gun or put it back to this gun. No big deal. Because I know these rails are true, I can just swap them back and forth and not even have to worry about it. But that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, concerns, or if you do it a different way, like I said in previous videos, this is a way to do it. This is my way to do it. That doesn't mean it's the way to do it, right? So if you need help with anything for any reason ever, feel free to give us a call on the tech line. We'll be happy to help you out. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.